subroza! He's on Sky! Shee! Let's go! We're already in. Oh, fuck.
Pulse one, the stun.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I gotta tinkle. Don't lose pistol.
Interesting, and we'll see how that plays out. But we do have the Sky in play for Subroza. And Subroza's been playing Flash Agents for a long time, so curious to see how he's going to work that incredibly irritating Hawk Flash that we've all come to love in our ranked matches.
Well, on the attacker side, it seems as though TSM are just looking to get some pressure here on the B side to start. All 5 players are there, and you're right, Mark. There's been a small change. Rossi used to be that Astra player, now pulling out Viper. Viper and Astra together could be very deadly, but I find that the composition you have for TSM is still pretty good to try to work against that, and that's Wardell with first blood at the switch.
Wardell right around the corner, taken down through the smoke. And there's that Hawk coming out, the guiding light to keep them at bay while they guarantee the spike plant. It will be a 4-on-3. There's a little bit of venom on the ground that's preventing Rossi from moving up. That's actually Rossi's own venom on the ground, mind you. Recon Dart gets taken out, but look at how they set this one up. They basically eliminated that other door. I love the setup with that Viper Venom on the ground, but it's not really working out so well as Subroza pops off with 2 kills. It was Subroza who got into the site using the dog to lead in, and then just every flash on Earth flying through into the site. And it'll be TSM who pick up the pistol.
Still very done there for TSM to adapt right on a pulse plan because they have to play against an Astra. But knowing that Astra has already fallen down, they don't have to worry about a gravity well that's going to be thrown all the way towards the back of the site. So have all 4 players play in the back and see what happens, go for the trades, and you still have 4 players very good on paper in terms of how much firepower they can bring. It's a very clean pulse plan for the attacker side for TSM to start. Second round, though, you see there's an early pressure happening towards mid side, and that recon dart just pinged 2, at least maybe even 3. A wall bang from a Marshall, a peek from Cat, and it's Wardell again with the first blood.
Wardell hitting shot after shot here on the Marshall, trying to span through. In the meantime, though, the Bros has actually waltzed out onto the A site, or B site, excuse me. And again, it was the same thing. Subroza leads in with the guiding light, and then follows up with the dog to just charge in, and then another guiding light to make sure it's safe, and then just kind of walks out onto the site. Makes it look super easy, and they were so focused on everything that was happening in mid, no one was even playing towards B. But if someone had been there, Subroza could have still potentially found an opening.
This is where I'm going to find things a little bit, my question mark going into this matchup on TSM on the attack, because when they faced off against Immortals, Immortals did a very good job punishing individual plays. So if they want to work off Wardell that's going to be opping, marshalling, he's usually going to play that solo. And then you have somebody like Subroza, he's going to try to activate first, but sometimes also lurking as the Sky and using the flashes for himself. So if he also gets punished on the plays versus Immortals, then it makes it a lot more difficult for the rest of the players. Only 3 more remaining on paper, in the roster to try to execute. That's where it gets tough. So I want to see more of TSM. The question mark is, have they adapted a little bit more to work a little bit more as a group on his executions? And so far, it's been the case. You see Cutler working together with Drone on the A side, you have Hayes and Subroza towards the B side, and that Marshall still on mid. So a nice default just to try to get the Immortals rotating left and right and waste that utility. So you see that already coming up on B side, 1 star less to go, and let's see where TSM hits it.
Yet again, Subroza sends in the Trailblazer.
You fucking kidding me? 2-0 right off the rip. You think Coach hasn't been putting it in the fucking kitchen? I'm talking baked beans and chicken pot pie, motherfucker. That's 2-0 off the goddamn rip. And a drone getting another one, bucko. Are you kidding me? Kade, thank you for the big fat raid. Come on down now. You know, it was a tough loss, but it's okay. You come down here, you can cheer for TSM this round. Come on down. That's all right. That's okay.
Careful, but like you said,
Get
10 seconds, they've got to get out.
You know, it's simple.
The ult knives have come out, but there's they
come on now.
Back up there in time.
Give me another one, drone. One more.
Down, it's all going to come down to Wardell. Wardell's got to time this one.
Rosa,
you mentioned the flank, and
big shot.
does chime in finally. And again, Wardell has the knives out, but it's a rifle versus those knives. It's not going to matter. Wardell gets there just in the nick of time. Catches.
That boy's fucking icy.
Upper. It's 3-0 to start things off here for TSM as they get their pick on Ascent, and you know, they're just going to do what they do best on the map. That was actually one of the things that kind of surprised me. I thought...
Like my fucking Sunday after church lemonade, bucko.
I wasn't certain that we would go to this map. That
ice
was the
cold.
one that I was questioning, was whether or not...
You already know.
would ban Split or Ascent.
All right, we're going to pull out the classic
honestly,
this round.
we would see
Kentucky
a
Fuck House.
Ascent
Get this shit going.
just
Get it
because
rolling.
TSM
We haven't done it in a
plays
minute.
Ascent
New and
well. We
improved.
always have.
Come on.
One
Cut
thing I
the
did really
fucking
like,
cat.
though, at least
Come
from
on.
TSM and from Wardell versus Genghsta, the matchup that helped them qualify into this game where they beat Genghsta on this map too, very convincingly, is when Wardell also has the knives. So he's not playing further back. I like how he's also rifling right now.
Take that
yes,
shit,
it is
Drone!
against
Take it!
Nico. Some decent trades at least, though, but still, the player advantage goes for TSM. But what I was trying to say is, with Wardell pushing very aggressively
Welcome
and
back,
creating
Coach.
space right
Glad
now
to be
with
back.
the knives, has
Glad
been
to
a
be
thorn
back
in
and
the side
better
of
than
Genghsta.
ever. Look at
And
this
on that
form. Look at the
previous round
posture.
was the thorn in the
4-0
side
against
of,
the Mortals.
Immortals.
Can't
And
do
the great
shit.
run continues on from Subroza on that previous round, that now Immortals, there's potential going into the later rounds where they can't really stack on sites,
Let
and
me
they
hear what the
always
fuck
have
this
to
caster's
split
saying.
out
What is he
because
saying?
they have to be wary of all
Look
these
at
splits
chemicals.
happening.
You bunny hopping, bunny rabbit hopping, bitch.
There's the final kill coming
Can't
through.
do shit.
Drone got a 4K on
Good
the round.
shot.
I love too as they were taking the side. Cutler thought he picked
Come
the
on.
bomb. He went to default.
First
spot,
Kentucky
tried to
Fuck
plant.
House of the
It
season,
took him
and
a
it's
second to
good.
realize what was going on. Drone 8-1 performance coming out from Drone.
Go, boy.
It's a player who we really haven't been able to speak too much about in 2021.
Come on,
just as
Doughboy.
TSM has not managed to get to this point enough.
Excuse me?
We haven't seen a lot of TSM in 2021. In fact, when you look, it's
Who's his
basically just
caster?
open qualifiers, which, I mean, that's obviously all
Who's
there's
his
been.
manager?
It's been VCT all year long.
Huh?
So Drone will have the ult online. Subroza has the Seekers available as well. Rossi has Viper's Pit, so there's the ability to shut down a section of the map if they were to choose to do so.
Who the fuck is he
They do
talking
have a
about? I
full
know he's
buy
not
coming
talking
in, so
about
it wouldn't
us.
be the worst round to do that. There's the Seekers coming out to give away position.
Talking about
Ace is
that?
gonna go-
Huh?
There's backup
The
from
fuck am
Wardell.
I
Look
looking
the
at? The
molly
inside of a
damage
Chuck
coming
E.
out
Cheese?
As Chemicals makes it
It's
look
pinker
easy,
than-
getting the double. Wardell is there with the follow-up. Shot up, trying to do what he can over in B, but Subroza on the other side of the door.
Pinker
can't
than
escape
Chat's granny's
before
pussy
Rossi
in
comes
there,
with
man.
the
I can't see
It is
shit.
down to a 2-on-2, but it's a scary 2-on-2 because Wardell has the
Wardell,
upper hand.
make it happen.
And on the other
Come
side,
on.
you've got jcstani, a player that we haven't seen up too much in the past, but you kind of have to.
It's 2v1 on site, though, so they're
Yeah.
gonna
Big
be able to get into the
info
site here
dart
and get a
coming on
plant.
in.
Drone's going to be in position. He's going to be hurt
Drone,
at the
get
same
ready
time,
for
though,
it.
So very dangerous on a post plant where the advantage could
You
come
hear
back
me, boy?
for Immortals.
He's waiting for the recon dart. Now he's got it. And
Good
that
recon.
does give away the position.
Yep, that's two.
So you got one pulse.
The
recon
fuck was that
dart
shot dart?
will
Wait.
Result in some shock darts flying out, and it's actually
Huh?
going to deal great damage to jcstani, who's down to 45 HP.
Great.
now.
Great shots.
Swaps off the op over to
Hold
a
the
rifle.
defense, hold the line.
Some stars
You know they're
going
both
down,
going to
try
play
gain
together
access to
coming
the site.
from
He's
Wardell.
gonna
First
probably
shot.
go gravity well towards the back.
Motherfucker.
It is smoke coming out on the
Don't
door
miss
from the
this
jet.
one.
They're
You got
trying to
one
escape
shot,
from
one
guard,
chance.
but they haven't been able to get out. just
Don't
yet.
fuck it up.
Now the smoke fades, but it's going to come down to a 1v1. It's Rossi who's low on HP against Wardell,
love it.
who knows he has to go to the sidearm. There's the smokes coming out.
Woo!
The fly through with the
Woo!
classic.
Take that
Not so
shit.
scary.
Come
There's-
on.
Shots came out from the
Cut
classic.
it.
Is he going to be able to get
Hold
away
that
from this
fucking
explosion?
glizzy, boy.
No. So the
You
op will
ain't
not
shit.
come into the next round unless they decide to purchase it. Wardell does have their knives available, but decides to go for the buy anyway.
What I like.
Yeah, I mean, you've won
What I
5
like
rounds in a
is
row there for
strategic,
TSM,
it's
and
tactical,
I just
and we
love
love it.
that 2 versus 2, even that 2 versus 1.
Look at the
knowing that
board
both
right now.
players are at
Look at the
hell
board.
side,
Look at the
and
weapons that we have.
Wardell
Then I want you to look at
dashes
the
on
weapons that
other end
Immortal
just to
has
have
right
the
here,
off
right now.
angle against his
All
opponent
right, this is
and
what you
waste
like
on
to
the
call an
clock in case he was
economic
getting chased
advantage,
down.
chat.
Just
Let
to
me
make sure
tell
that
you.
the time is of the essence.
Let
and
me tell
time
you.
is going to be favorable for
Two
TSM
Spectres.
on a post fight should he die. But he
Good
saves
luck,
the round
Buster.
here for TSM,
Okay.
makes things
Good
very
luck.
difficult for Immortals. They're on a broken by 2 Spectres and
All I gotta
3
say.
Phantoms, as you see in this picture-in-picture.
Come on,
an
give me the
early
6.
Viper's Pit towards the A side from Rossi.
Let me
so
have
they
it.
can focus. Look at the amount of stars on catwalk, on mid, on B side. I mean, we don't know who's who.
Using the Viper all
but it's
early,
still
he's
gonna
all
be
scared and
TSM
shit.
taking the upper hand, pushing and gaining control of Pizza, but
Good
it's
info.
falling towards this stack.
Good info.
Look at all the stars and utility all over the map. There's so much between both Killjoys and Viper and Astra. There's just a ton laid out across the mini
Okay,
map.
one wait, let it diffuse, let it go out. Rosa, flash, fake flash,
Then
stand
again,
it,
you've
and
got
kill
that
him.
one-way
Bop, bop.
orb on short.
Make it happen.
You've got the ult used as well. So
God
Viper's
damn
pick
it,
has
Viper,
been
are you
utilized
kidding
on
me?
A, but it doesn't seem to be scaring them too much. They seem content to continue in this direction. There's still the possibility of another smoke as a star gets dropped on short. Timing will be of the essence. And
Here we
there's
go.
the pull through,
Huge.
but it's just easy peasy for Rossi on the other side, still inside the ult over on A.
Get out of my way.
It's down to a 3-on-5. Numbers very much in favor
Hey.
of Immortals, who are looking to win their first
Wardell,
round. Wardell
come
finally
on.
used the knives, but it's a little bit too late.
Ah.
We're down to a very low end on clock,
10 seconds
and it was
left.
questionable at that. A flawless round victory coming in from Immortals. With 14 seconds left, Wardell decided to use the ult over in Garden. I mean, it was a 2-on-5 at that point.
Yeah, but I think the better part here for Rossi is
That's
really
fake
leveraging
news.
his utility, right? Because for me, it was like, okay, well, the
That's
the
fake
ult's a
news
little bit
right
too
there.
far up towards the A side. TSM, if they win this
That's-
fight
that's as
versus
fake as
Rossi
Biden winning
playing
the
over
election
towards
right
that
there.
free
That's a
side,
fucking
it's gonna be easy for them to push into
miscalculation.
the site. But
I've
you have
never
the
seen
poison
one. Come
cloud
on.
that comes up. That
Run it
creates
back.
a one-way and also a better crosshair placement so that Rossi,
Run it back.
jcstani, sorry, could get those
Take
kills
this
as the
round. This
Astra
one
on
is it.
free.
Come on.
And allowing that drops 2 players instantly with help from Rossi. And it just makes things very difficult for TSM to even lurk on that mid side. So a great way to put the first round on the board, but now that the ult is gone, they still have 3 on the board. The Killjoy ult, they have a Hunter's Fury, and they also have
Do a
shot
little
up with
Texas
the Empress
twist.
that's available.
Little
where
Texas
it's currently
twist.
heading towards
Put
this
him in the
B side,
blender. Come
geared
on.
by the Trailblazer that's only going to
Drone,
get
I want to see a
bit of
big
information
drone. A
from
big
that
drone
shot
coming
that
out
was
of you.
heard from
Send it
staircase, but
back.
they don't know that
Take care of the
there's
guy
2
boat.
other
He's going to have to
players playing on that
disengage.
side for TSM
Flash,
versus
flash.
Immortals.
Subroza in. Make it
Probably gonna see
happen.
Hazed go
Wardell,
up
watch
and
the
throw that
flank.
ult down here in a second. As another recon dart actually comes out. There's the Hunter's Fury to try to clear things out, but no, Hazed doesn't use the
Hazer
ult,
fired.
and
didn't
that
have
is
it?
incredibly detrimental.
He only got it after dying there. He was still 1 orb away.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong side. I'm brain dead.
All
I
good,
really
all
am
good.
an iron
All
caster.
good,
Wardell?
all good.
Chemicals was the one with the ult. I was just looking at both sides.
We're ending your retirement fund.
Rossi lining things up over on short with Chemicals.
Okay.
And I feel like that's going to be a very
Oh, yeah.
well-held
No, I know I
area
didn't
on the
come
map
back for this shit to
IMT.
fucking go down this way,
Rossi
buddy. Are you
seems
kidding
to
me?
have short on lockdown,
Fuck is happening?
especially with that one way and some backup as well.
We're back on
whoever's playing
eco.
short,
We're up
given the
5 rounds.
jcstani has been there at times. That round, he actually had
We got Yassine on the fucking.
his teammate,
Yep.
I think it was Chemicals, was
Hey.
there. And it was Genghsta. So they had backup there, but his ult on long was weird,
All right.
but his utility on short is really spot on.
Yeah, and I think the support that they have from even Chemicals putting his nanoswarms on the ground.
See what happens.
Even maybe 2 rounds
Eco
ago, when they
round, I
tried
think
to
we can
push
do it with the
aggressively
pistols.
on the tree
It's gonna be a
side,
tough
and it
round,
looked a
boys,
little
but we
bit
need to fight
open,
with our heart,
and left behind
fight with
for
our
Immortals.
head,
The
and
ability
put 'em to
being
bed.
pop
Come on.
the the nanoswarm with combination of the poison cloud, right? You have the debuff, the decay going on top of the 50 damage by running
Economic
through it.
advantage,
You just
KW.
melt
You
down
listen
right
here,
after
you
on
fucking
that
gold
Catwalk
3
spawn. So you can
mouth
definitely
breather,
see
all
it.
right?
The
We did
A-side
have the
Viper
economic
defense
advantage.
with the Astra and also the Killjoy utility has been like a
Don't
no-go
talk
so
back
far.
to
Like
me
a
now.
do not enter zone. I'm currently locked up in my room. Please don't come in. I'm gaming hard, and that's Immortals right now on the defense on that side. Lurks on mid have been pretty decent, where we'll have
Are you
to see
fucking
the split
kidding me?
towards
They
the
got a
mid-side
fucking
side
wall.
will work.
This is awkward. Cosmic Divide comes out as well.
Come on,
as
run,
both
run, run.
Killjoy ults.
Run, run,
They'll
run.
slice the map in
Uh-huh.
half, and you can see the effect
Come on,
it has.
get
as
the
it's
bomb
caused them
down.
to go across the map to another
Make
area.
that shit happen.
They'll go ahead and get the spike secured.
That's a
though,
good play. You know what we call that
over on
one?
the A site.
We call
How does
that.
this ult impact their post plant setup?
call that one
As
right
you can
there,
see
cat
just
in
how
the
weird
hat.
it is with its current position. I like Wardell's move, knowing
a
there
magic
was one
trick.
upper, tries
Can't
to
see
make a
it.
move in that direction with the shorty. Cutler's still in position here with the Sheriff. Oh, the shot's
Oh,
not
big
quite
shot,
squeezing over
Cutler.
the top.
Come
Finally does
on.
get one above the top rail. There's still some shock darts coming out. There's a nice flash
Oh,
coming out as well.
hell.
But Lear proves to be too
Three
much
alive.
for Cutler to deal with.
Keep it going.
The forces are dwindling right now,
Keep
but
it
there is
going.
still that molly to deal with. Coming in
Take
from
this
their
fucking
Killjoy.
rat out.
Now they have to go for the repeat.
Come
as
on.
time is of the essence. The spike is being
Rosa.
stopped. There's only one player left remaining. Shot up. able to get the last kill on the round as subroza tried to lock things down, but with 2.62 left.
I'm not going to clap for that one. We wasted 2 valuable ults.
Coming off the start for TSM.
Well,
Immortals
actually,
keeps themselves in the game, winning 3 straight rounds.
Cutler's got one, so his ult back up. Hayes ult fully down. Rosa with his ult up. We can make something happen right here. Let's go ahead. Posture up.
Now TSM
Rosa, I need a big ult coming out of you. Follow through with the team. Work around this fucking Rossi person. Rossi.
Chat probably is wondering, like, okay, this updraft wardell was really useful at that point. It was an eco going in, right? The couple of shares moving in, and we
want Brax, and I want your auntie, but we can't get what we want sometimes. Buster, so shut the fuck up. Come on, play the game. Watch it.
On their end, on the attack side, but they also forced out the Killjoy ult and the Cosmic Divide from Immortals. So trying to even out the tally here in terms of the abilities for ultimates. You definitely do see now Seekers for Subroza, which shot up on the Empress. This is going to be around where you Empress and run right behind it. The way that TSM does it, they just keep doing and working that way. It stopped actually by a snake bite and nano swarm, but at least Hayes made it through and he could go for a plant.
Would I sub in Brax? Nope, I would sub in somebody in chat.
On short.
So that I can make a goddamn example out of them to stop backseating the goddamn game. That's what I would do.
It made too much of a difference.
Keep it going. Play the game.
Smoke on long. Nice shot onto the Lear. As strange as that is to say. But yeah, look at this flank.
Here we go.
It's all going to come down to timing. Drone does get
big shot.
Get one against now both players who are facing that direction. Wardell just has to wait for the smoke to fade, but it's all Wardell. Wardell's got the off miss shot, not where it needs to be. Can't find a follow-up either. Dashes into the wall initially on an attempted escape. And it will be Immortals yet again winning the round. They did use Shot-Up's ult, so Empress was deployed. But Seekers were brought out from Subroza as well. 4 in a row now for IMT, trying to counter TSM's 5-0 start.
And speaking about countering, it's a perfect way for them to stop that Seeker's rush from TSM as that Nanoswarm and Snakebite really split out the offense. But at least I thought in a pulse plan situation it would have been good, but it didn't really allow for TSM to play inside the site, forced to play further back, even though Drone had a really good flank going on. That small adjustment of putting the alarm bot, just taking care of that so they don't have to worry about a flank for now. Once the alarm came out, it was a quick trade happening where Rossi won that upper hand against Drone right after and got the perfect trade and just allowed Immortals to push into the site right after. As you're running less on numbers and you're trying to win the fights against time, it's still them that takes the upper hand. But a sheriff buy going in for the team of TSM. We see a couple of them with shields, but it's still looking for Immortals to tie things up on a 5-5 scoreline.
One enemy remaining.
They're hunting us like fucking deer in hunting season.
First saw the off purchase.
Fuck is this, man?
I felt like I wasn't sure.
This is ridiculous.
Especially when paired up against someone like Wardell, who is a bit more of a prolific hopper. But the performance from jcstani has not been bad. It's not to say that I expect terrible performance.
Fucking technical foul, you seen it.
Toe-to-toe with someone like Wardell, it's definitely difficult. And I think that jcstani has held their own. Not exactly, you know, lighten things up, but even that in that last round,
give up, coach.
Stats
you know what?
I ain't giving up. I'm just giving the Immortal fans, all 3 of them, a little bit of hope, Buster.
Because the op is so expensive, if there's a round where, say,
come on now,
it out of his hands and
guns are on the board. Let's make it fucking happen.
A rifle or a pistol.
I'm talking Mississippi sister. Spin them up. Come
on.
on.
Well, jcstani can play with a rifle. It's just, it does worry me when looking at a team like this. But again, right off the bat, he's able to pick up a kill, slowing down the push from TSM and bringing it down to a 5-on-3.
Just very aggressive at the beginning there. The recon dart to get information coming out with, combining with the operator too, just makes things very difficult now for TSM as they left the spike. So at least it was no information that they dropped the spike for TSM. They could still pick it up. They could still force a rotate. You see all of them rotating so far because they've taken B-side control, especially if Wardell's going to try to make noise over here. And that
it ain't over. Don't look at me like that, chat. I ain't demotivated, okay?
Main, so Cutler heard that. That allows Joe
this
to move forward too, and could slowly inch back into B if they want to. And I think they're really counting on Wardell to try to sell that fake on the A side. But
5 rounds, that's a good number of rounds.
Pulled out here from,
think about it, technically speaking, 7-5 half, take it over to defense, absolutely dominate.
Towards this B side.
Not a bad
so
side,
back to a default Immortals.
I'll take 5
not
rounds.
Not going to be easy once again for TSM to maintain
CT
their
side of
lead in
map,
this
boys.
matchup.
CT side of map.
30 seconds left.
Stay in the game.
What's
Think about the
difficult, too,
big
is that
picture.
Genghsta has now rotated in,
Winnable.
and that means there's recon dart capability, and there's
Winnable.
just so much utility being dumped at this site as the smoke comes out from
Are you
Wardell to
fucking
try to
kidding
gain
me?
access to the site. Dash away. I think they're realizing that maybe B is the best course of action. Wardell
Here we
can't even
go.
escape, but they
Come
do
on.
get the kill. The entry
Get
is
on
needed to
in.
get onto B, and they will go ahead and secure the spike in that territory. But it's going to be difficult. It's a 2-on-4,
Money drone.
barely so. Drone's on 11 HP. That puts all of the pressure on Cutler here, who's
That's-
sitting on a full boat.
That's 10 more HP than he needs.
Meanwhile, you've got pretty much full HP for
Don't let him
everyone
shoot
other
you,
than
drone.
jcstani on the other
Watch
side.
your footing. Watch your steps. Take it easy.
Two recon darts about to come out. Oh, it's already been shot
Divide
out.
it,
This is going to
yup.
be just difficult. They
Wait,
force out
huh?
the cosmic divide. That could maybe help a bit. So you see the shot
Oh, no.
darts coming out, and now
Oh,
Cutler
no,
spotted.
Cutler!
Not going to be winnable at this point.
Yeah. I mean, especially with Genghsta on the Odin,
Yo.
there's so much spam potential.
Okay, that
and
was their
there's
ult.
not really
Wait.
any safe spot
Nope,
to
that
hide
was
on
ours.
that A site,
Okay.
or B site, excuse me. So you've got
Can we
Drone,
hold
who's
on to our
low
goddamn
HP,
alts? The fuck
that
are we
can easily
doing?
be taken care of through a
Last
wall.
round before the switch.
And then the same could be said for his teammate, who would then be left in a 1-on-4. This was the surprising thing. I think Wardell was spotted on the top edge of that smoke to the right, but also had made noise with the dash back. So Wardell had actually gone to the site, threw a cloud burst down, didn't see anything on short, and before it could fade, dashed back into long and started to run away, but did a weird double back, and in that double back moment, was dropped by the player playing on site, which was Chemicals, who was sitting around the corner the whole time waiting for him.
Here we go.
Again, looking at the mini-map at the start. it's
Guns
quite
on the
comical with
board.
The amount of utility that gets dumped out early between Killjoys
Wardell, this is your
and
round,
Astros
son.
on both sides.
Big ult.
And yet again,
Oh,
another
interesting.
Viper's
Big
pick.
potential.
This one actually over in B main.
Very potent, actually. It's so hard to cross into that right now. So for them
at
to
this.
double up
Look at
early
it.
into the round for Immortals and are able to place that Viper
Good dog.
spit
Let's
into
take
the
that
B
mid
side,
control.
you're
Go.
finding players again into
Get
so
in
much
there.
utility, this time on the A side.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
I mean, the moment of salvation right now, or the light at the end of the tunnel
Take
for
that
TSM
shit.
is that at least
Good utility
they have
usage.
5 rounds on attack. I don't know if the 6th round's going to happen.
Ult coming out from Genghsta.
You can
We've
hunt
talked
these
about
nuts,
how
bitch.
good Gangsta's
All right,
been
you
in the
ain't getting
past with
shit.
connections on his ult, but not quite where it needed to be this time around.
You should run.
Subroza was up a decent distance in
Good
mid.
ult.
There's the ult coming out.
Here we go.
Potentially scare them out of that position. It's not the worst idea, given the way that they're currently set up over on B main with the Viper ult. That'll try to push them out of mid. But here comes the play as the LMG really opens up. You've got one player left remaining for Wardell. You can't hear much beyond the shots being fired, and at the tail end of the half, Chemical says, why not? Might as well. Throws down his ult too. I'm surprised that the ult from Subroza didn't really do much. I thought we would have seen a little bit more. Now, I want to go back and actually watch it to see the positions. If we catch it on replay, I'm not sure.
Well, they were all the way back and passive for Immortals, right? You had one in the backside of the ramp, you had 2 towards the backside heaven by the site. Because all the
That's a good
utility
half
towards
right
B-main
there.
could actually prevent this push from
That's a
happening.
good half.
And at the same time, if Wardell were to dash into the site,
That's
well,
a
he's
good
going to
half.
dash into a point where he's potentially out in the open, where 3 players playing more passively are able to punish him on that one too. So Immortals readjusting quite well
That's
to
a good
the
half.
ult that was placed
Listen,
down
if
by
you
Hayes,
know-
and they take this 7-5 scoreline.
Kyle Tongue about this
It
fucking
looked
game.
like,
You would
though,
know that's a
Shot
good
Up was in the
half.
path, but
Plain
I
and
think that
simple.
I don't know what happened. Did Shot Up dismiss to dodge the ult?
Good
Because
half.
Shot Up was in market. If I remember correctly. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
No, you did. He killed Hayes.
The half you
But
need.
then, but then the ult continued, so I'm wondering if Shot Up dismissed to dodge the
Dapper.
ult. 'Cause it
Thank
looked
you,
like he
Connor.
stayed in
Appreciate
market.
it,
Maybe I
Buster.
was just focused on something else and misremembering. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD.
Keep it
Either way,
going.
that is 7 straight rounds for Immortals. So a promising start for TSM, but Immortals, they put their foot on the gas pedal and they did not let go. And a large part of that started with Rossi and his control on short, but then Rossi started getting mobile, using the ult over on B main in the last round, just making things more difficult and uncomfortable for TSM.
Good defense.
That said, we're in a pistol round.
Hold it. We gamble
We'll
B
see who's
here.
gonna come
Don't
on
give
top
up
of
the
this one.
A.
Immortals looks like they're going to be pressuring towards
Don't
the
die
side.
to it.
Recon dart goes out.
Good suck.
There's the
Suck
gravity
shit.
ball. try to slow them
Suck
down.
it more. Come on.
Owl drone goes out. They're smoked
Are you
off
fucking
early on
kidding
short.
me?
Cutler's like, I'm not even shooting. This isn't fair. His teammate's the one that's spamming through the smoke. And Cutler takes a bullet to the dome. He pays the ultimate price, the ultimate
up.
sacrifice for his teammate. Spike's been planted. It's a 5-on-4 in favor of Immortals on the site. TSM, though, still trying to retake. You've got Wardell Heaven currently playing an interesting game.
Wardell, you get
His-
your ass back,
his
boy.
Target continues to leap. jcstani very low on HP, shot down to 51. jcstani actually gets a kill through the floor,
Fucking
but it'll fall down
bullshit.
to the last remaining player.
Bullshit.
And finally shot up with
Saying
his
it right
leaping
now.
antics, able to get a couple of kills and secure the pistol round. That's now 8 in a row for IMT.
This is where it gets really good for IMT as well. Just like the pulse plant, getting that poison cloud onto the ground. This is set up.
Yeah.
They've actually practiced, and Rossi is doing really good for Immortals to call out right now. And we talked about before going into the series, they're currently at a practice facility for practicing, for boot camping, and for the tournaments. So it's not necessarily a full LAN experience, but
Okay.
when you
Next
have
round's
players
gonna be
next to
eco,
you and you're
full
catching
buy
up
after.
this way, it builds
Take
that
it home.
confidence. Winning 8 rounds in a row, they on that previous round, they didn't care. They just continued to jump, and they were probably laughing as they were shooting down TSM on that retake on the A side.
8
so
in
the
a fucking
confidence
row,
continues
damn
to
straight.
build up, where it
And guess
could
what?
start
We're about to
getting very
win after
detrimental
this
here for
round.
TSM,
We're gonna win
and they
all the
have to
rounds in a
find
row.
a good solution now.
Till the game ends. So watch out. Laughing now, kept
Might be
Wing.
interesting. Cord
Like you
drone.
know shit.
No
Yeah.
choice
Watch
with
this,
that one. He's
Buster.
got to peek. As the Lear comes through, it's one of those, well, that sucks kind of moments. Now, Wardell has hit some incredible shots, but has to move and change positions. The dart
Look
in his
at
belly
Hazed.
makes things a little bit more awkward and uncomfortable. Hayes was in market.
He's
Looking
gone
for second
like a
kill.
magician.
Genghsta finally shows up with an LMG. Spam shots coming out from Wardell, not connecting. And that shock dart landed right in his gut. The follow-up
Okay.
is there as well. Things aren't really looking so good here for
Go
the
Cutler!
round for TSM. Follow-up kill, at least coming in at the tail end by Subroza, who's down to 10 HP.
Break the
Has to watch
fucking
out
bank.
for the turret.
Okay, never
He's
mind.
gonna die to it. I was thinking it was gonna happen. He was trying to find an edge to take the turret out of the equation, but the turret has other plans.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fine too. I think they're on that pistol. He's 10 HP. You
Yeah.
want to know where they're
Somebody
sitting at right
please
now. I
explain
mean,
to me
even
what
off
the fuck I
off
just
the
saw.
Turret kill. It's definitely
The
still gonna bring
goddamn
order no matter
drone
what, so chemicals
did
is gonna
a
need to
90
build that
degree
up.
flick
But,
onto
at least he
his
doesn't get that
goddamn
confidence,
head.
for
How?
Immortals to just be like, okay, we know exactly where he's
Ref,
at. Let's try to chase after
you're not
him.
gonna call
now
that
in this
shit?
situation, the money's back in favor for TSM in terms of the buy. Of course, the money overall
fuck
still
you,
favors
Ref.
Immortals.
I'm
but
tired
this
of
is where
your
the
shit.
Western
You've been
Region
against us
potentially
all
TSM
fucking
back
season,
here
Ref.
on the defender side.
I'm
where
tired.
The guided light to look out first. That's going to blind the owl drone, but they're pushing so far up, and that tags Subroza.
Oh, you gonna
He
take
gets
me
shot
out?
through the smoke, and that's just unfortunate. Another one
Fine,
through the
I'll
smoke,
fucking
and
sit.
an early one-player advantage for Immortals.
Son of a bitch, Rosa got shot down again. Are you kidding?
Immortals
What are we
backs
doing
off
here?
After securing
We
plant.
got to deal with some aggression
Spam
around the
coming
map.
through
They
from
got a
Genghsta.
Viper
Just slow down the
and a
retake.
killed Joy.
Everyone coming through from
We got a
garden
divvy on
and
up.
over towards spawn. They have to contend with all
Come
of the
on.
players currently grouped up on long. The spike
The
was
fuck
tapped
was
for a
that
moment
arrow?
and had to get pulled off of because of a nano swarm that was dropped down.
I fucking
There's
cannot
the
believe
snake
it.
bite going down on top of the spike as well. Immortals has so much delay utility. When it comes to a post plant, it's going to be so difficult between the nano swarm.
Listen to the
smoke
words
bites,
coming
and
out of my
also
mouth,
you've
all
got
right?
Astra utility.
They have a killjoy
Recon
and a
darts is
viper.
just very
All right.
It's gonna be very difficult.
We need to
And the
take
shock darts, yeah, like
control
there's
around the
just
map
so
earlier
much we
in
can
the
do
round,
in a
okay?
post plant.
I'm
That will
talking,
be
use your
difficult for
utility,
TSM to
push
deal
out
with.
from the defensive
And
side,
that's one of
and
those
start
things
the
with this
fucking
new
flank
meta right
early,
now. Look
or
at
else we
how
lose the
far
fucking
back
game, boys.
everybody
Do
from
you
Immortals was,
understand?
Yeah, they're
compared
playing
to
long.
where TSM was, right? On the
That's
on
what's
that,
got to
on the
happen.
post-plant
Now make it
situation.
fucking
So,
happen,
to
or
have all
coach
four players
is gonna
playing
lose
towards
his
the A
shit,
main, to
and
be
ain't
able to
nobody
use
getting
that
Dairy
utility
Queen fucking
to try
Blizzies
to keep
tonight,
Viper,
or
alive,
Little
try to
Caesar's
keep
pizza.
jcstani alive on top of that too. It's going to be very hard for TSM to retake. They have to push back. They have to be aggressive on their own. So they have to. I was saying before in this game, the double initiator is going to help for that, to counter that, right? You have the recon on their side. You have the flashes on their end too, and you have your own Astra to try to push back and regain that possession, regain that control towards that A main. main. But when you're losing players that early into the round, it just makes it harder and harder for you to retake, right? Because they lost Koler one round, this round again, and they lost subroza as the first death of that previous round. So those agents I was telling you about that could help on the retakes are not there for that opportunity.
Wardell going inside the smoke, has to be careful. Oh, that's awkward. The drone just takes the strangest path, maneuvering through that smoke. And now Hazed is left alone, tries to hit the shot.
There we go, Hazed.
Does at least get one, but there's the flank coming through from the window. Immortals is looking to close this game out without allowing TSM to win a round since round 5. The early rounds went TSM's direction.
Work the fucking map! Fight for mid control!
Had going towards the B site.
What are we doing?
Subroza open up with guiding light, Trailblazer to follow.
Stop this bullshit defense!
Just kind of like walk out onto B and see what was there. They would use some Astra utility as well if necessary towards spawn to give him some more.
Put me in! I'm fucking tired. Put me in! I'll be the 7th member.
Attacking side started to fall flat.
Fix this goddamn team real quick.
Struggling.
Tired of this
shit.
shit.
There's a full buy round coming in here that does include the off purchase position given away by the recon dart. You see Genghsta is just having a field day, currently spamming through the edge, taking out the turret no less. That makes this position from Hazed a little bit more
here we
awkward.
go.
While Nanoswarm's thrown
Wait a
at
minute.
the same time,
There's
some
potential.
shot darts came out, even a lockdown to prevent you from pushing in. So trying to run down the clock, trying to force down the rotation and allow this battle to happen. And as you force Immortals back, do you kill Noise? Do you go back into where they still have a lot of utility for it? So well, let's see what happens. It was Killjoy after Killjoy, and now back to a stalemate.
Killjoy's making a Venn diagram of the B site. Anyone in the middle would be the ones detained, which obviously does not happen. Recon Dart does give away drone.
Come on,
position.
send the drone!
Such a weird
Send
position.
it!
Cosmic Divide goes down. Shot up has popped Empress as well. They're trying to guarantee the site take. They've still got to deal with drones. He's waiting around the corner, up on top of the boxes.
Let's
His
go,
position
drone!
is solid.
Doughboy!
It's a 3K for
Fucking
drone.
doughboy!
Make it 4 on the round. TSM finally put themselves back on the
Put us
scoreboard
back in.
after losing
Put us
11
back in, drone.
straight.
Put
And it's
us
all
back
off
in the
back of some
goddamn
heroics
game.
from Drone.
Put
Yeah,
us
the
in.
repositioning from Drone was really good, but also you had to give it for
Put-
Hazed. Even
Bang!
though he's only good
Bang!
for 1 kill,
Give me
taking
another.
that off position,
Bang!
that off angle right in front of the dices.
Damn
He
straight.
was basically in a do-or-die spot against an Empress of shot up, where faster rapid fire, faster reaction time from shot up would have been easy melt there onto Hazed and potentially already Drone dying at the same time. So with Hazed dying, them focusing on the second player that's back at the staircase
Y'all hear
allows
that?
Drone to be in that tight angle to get that 4K in the end. So very well done for TSM, despite all that chaotic push at the beginning from Immortals inside the site.
Yeah, I think that's something that we didn't really mention. You had briefly touched upon it there. Wardell was back steps. That's why they weren't aiming at Drone. They were trying to deal with both players. So Wardell was hanging out on the back steps, kind of just peeking out, taking pop shots, but it allowed Drone to hang out in that position a little while longer. Gave him more staying power. Even when it came down to Rossi, the last remaining player for IMT, there was still concern over whether or not there was going to be a player on back steps holding that line. So it's just an awkward position, and it was really well played by both Drone and Wardell, despite the fact that Drone gets the trophy and the MVP award on the round. 50 seconds left, and we haven't seen much here in round number 18. Wardell is holding long A with an op.
Look at this right here.
Yeah,
Look
well,
at
you've
it.
got that Astra utility
Exactly.
down. They could easily just pull him in.
Not even for
He
Wardell,
sees
but
it.
for Subroza even.
Oh, that's brutal. As soon as he steps into the smoke, it dies. Subroza is in a great spot to get at least one. The Hunter's Fury comes out, but the spam is just spot on. Great damage.
Ah,
being
go
done
over
by the
your
Hunter's
fucking
Fury, but
eyes.
No!
I mean,
jcstani
nice
stepping
try,
up
Cutler.
big.
Let's go.
Cute.
Take it
Now
on.
again, it's TSM who's at reduced power. 2 players remaining.
Variable removed.
At least Hazed catches one on the flank, but the spike will go down and force the fight over on
There
the
we
A
go.
side.
At least you have a good rifler in
They're
Drone right now.
weak.
2 players
They're
are low on
weak.
HP, waiting for Hazed to come up. They're going to double up together towards the doorway and try to retake
No
it. But
Viper, no
more as the
Killjoy, that's
time
okay.
continues to take on this spike, the better the positioning is for Immortals on this triple crossfire. So let's see what happens. That.
Yeah. Really not much to watch. I thought they might wait for a recon dart, but didn't happen. They just go for the peak, and the lineup works out so nicely for shot up on the ADS. 20-7 for Chemicals here as
No.
Killjoy.
Look.
16-9 for Bossy as Viper. On the opposite side, Drone and Subroza on the only 2 players for TSM in double digits. 16-14 for Drone, 10 and 14 for Subroza. Cutler just having a rough one, 2 and 15 currently. Just can't seem to get the best of his opposition, but still making great plays with that Astra utility. There's the flash coming through. Drone
Stop
does give
this
away
right
the
here.
position.
Right now.
Gonna spot at least 1 player out. Cutler's hanging out underneath sight. There is a lot of firepower
Come
waiting
on.
the other side of long as all of IMT is grouped up.
It ain't over.
But they've decided to back off.
We
They
got
don't like what they saw over on A. And
8
they
more
did
rounds
pull
to
a lot
win
of
before this
resources
game's
in that
over.
direction, to be fair.
Take it.
There's only 1 player currently playing over towards B.